Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in our Fear of Walking self-challenge. It's turn 9, where we have 3 decisions as the Odessa League. We got a low treasury. We didn't run out of money, but we do want to sell stuff to make sure we retain some. We are apparently driving the rare metal price down, which isn't super good in the long run. It means this is not necessarily a sustainable approach. I don't remember leaving infantrymen there, so I think we did go fist profile. Yes, we have voluntarism. I think that was the 33% chance of an extra militia battalion showing up. That's probably the new infantry. Okay, pulled some guys out. We're still gonna try to poke.
Move it now!
Again, if we can drive them into being routed, we win. We can free these troops up.
Negative
Good luck.
3.
3 decisions. Model design counselor. Probably want to go ahead and pull another leader just in case we can get a better one.
Yes, sir.
We got a 6-4. Okay, so 6. They're not really great on the job to start, but they're going to grow into it. They'd be much better, much better as our foreign affairs director or someone who uses bribery, diplomacy, leadership, charisma skills on that charisma 50. Their worst stat is actually int, so they're actually going to a little bit struggle with what we're giving them job-wise. But we'll give them a job for the moment.
Yes, sir.
We may move them to a different job later. Model design, I tend to bias in favor of design. When you don't have anything to design, all the design gets dumped into discovery anyway. And honestly, whenever I'm designing something, I want my design back. Leaving it all rest on discovery otherwise works reasonably well. Okay, so these are all the troops that we've already discovered. So we do see we have light tank. We actually have some helicopters, which is interesting. Rockets, as far as we can use, we got a choice sort of mainly between light tanks, infantry, and trucks. Let's start on a development of infantry, see what we can develop and improve. Okay, so it looks like it has already... normally if you start on Tech 3, you start with slug throwers as the default weapon, and you can do an early upgrade into carbines. It has been nice enough because we're on a higher tech level to give us automatic rifles. It has given us enviro suits instead of combat armor, so we'll go ahead and upgrade to combat armor.
Sir.
Get these guys a little bit better armor. This guy's pretty screwed. Because he's got to get back, got to secure the road somehow, which I don't think he's going to be able to do without help from someone else. On the other hand, if he stays put, we will achieve our demand. Hold it for one more turn, we achieve the demand. And then they probably promptly starve to death. That's what's likely going to happen. One thing we will do, in an attempt to maybe save them, is we now have the minimum to recruit the motorized light infantry here. So we will do that. There we go. So we've got a bunch of light infantry, motorized light infantry. You will see it recruited as much as it could, but yet we've still got manpower. Trucks give you a refund. So you have to have a unit, or you have to have a 100 troops to pay for the unit on the trucks. The trucks have... I'm trying to see if I can see it in the thing. They have a modifier where, well, there's the driver and the shotgun guy, right? There's like 2 guys in the vehicle, so it refunds you a certain percentage of the personnel when you do a batch recruit. I'm trying to see where it says that though. And we can see we're not necessarily rolling the particularly great. Below average. Well, that's probably about average in the base design. Below average in the structural design. I generally don't come into the weeds here on the unit models. Yeah, I don't see where it is. Maybe it isn't in the design lock. But yeah, trucks have less people in them, so when you recruit a bunch of them, they tend to refund you the difference. So if we can afford to, we want to get more trucks. Okay, we made more trucks. Got some people back. Let's see, can we get... No, we've run out of industrial points at that point. So we're gonna let them go be a little bit truck heavy, because in the theme of Fear of Walking, the troops are not supposed to be the professional troops are not supposed to be walking, so we're gonna try to run them vehicle heavy if we can. Next turn we'll see if we can run them out here to try to get that guy fed. It may already be too late to save him, but if it isn't, we'll try.
Copy that.
Ooh, found another very rare find. Those might come in very useful later, because they're the ones that can get us things like cloning bays, the very rare ones. And where was... Oh, there's the very rare one. Yeah, so the very rare one's the ones that can get the cloning bays. Unlikely to give us a cloning bay, but that would be what we're fishing for. And then we don't have the political power. We might have it next turn. If we have the political power next turn, we'll grab a merc to be the leader for the new unit. So League, round 10, 4 decisions. We did manage to succeed in our promise. The poor soul who's got that job is not having a good day. So we'll try to run him towards the supplies. And then we'll try to run the trucks out. Truck troops out to secure the supply line out to him. Oh, we can see the civilians have decided they want to mine the metal. Not actually all that opposed to that, that makes sense. Incident with overambitious leader. We're gonna discipline the leader.
Roger that.
We're pro-fist. That was an anti-fist move, so you get punished. You want a bureaucratic ghost to go from 3 to 4. I will agree, because that is something we want to do. Might as well try to improve our word score. Simply telling them no would lower our word score. What is our current tank design? Running the 40mm howitzer, we'd probably want to up to 60. It is running the 250mm armor, which is probably what we want to run. Let's see how... we'll do a quick blueprint on the light armor. Oh, that's the light aircraft. Wrong one. Light tank. There we go. So we want to run that gun. So we can see we're having AP problems. We want to run at least that engine, or at least that armor. So, okay, we can run what we want to run for the light tanks minimum. If we run the heaviest engine and suffer the fuel penalties associated with that. If we run, like, engine minimal, which might be what the tanks are currently running. It might be running... Actually, the tanks are currently running that. So I don't know if the engine is running medium or heavy on the engine. So we definitely want to run heavy. We'd rather have the bigger gun. That would be a bit of a switch, but 40% movement modifier is not that bad. But yeah, I think we're going to run that as the design. We won't be able to afford that early on. So if we go up on the Abrams, we got howitzer. It was running the 25mm, which we'll agree to, and okay. Apparently the design was, other than the gun, was exactly what we would want to do. So we're not going to rush to doing that. What are we running on the existing truck? Light diesel engines. The default truck is the cheapest truck. Is the light engine. And honestly, initially, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a lot of light diesel engine. I am gonna go ahead and well, actually, no, I'll hold off for a moment. What I was debating doing was making a version with the biggest engine. What we can do is we can get some. Come over to model for the truck. Motorized transport. Okay, for the motorized transport, we can wait until the field testing gets higher. The field testing stat is basically gives you a bonus to the next roll. So this is sort of the minimum that we want. So we'll say that's like the low quality one. We're going to eventually make like an elite quality one. Then where we go ahead and stick the biggest badass engine on it for actual maneuvers. So we can go ahead and upgrade the MG. Wasn't nice enough to give us high speed. Wasn't nice enough to give us combat armor. So if we actually field some of that, we're going to want it having the best armor. We do have the political power, so we'll go ahead and grab a Merc.
Yes, sir.
The Merc is even better capacity than the Junior, and has more military training. So yeah, we'll give him command. So that's our decisions. We got these guys running out, driving up the road to try to secure and recover that guy. We'll see if we succeed. These guys, once again, will attempt to get rid of these guys. Probably failing. Nope, no, they finally succeeded. The Hex is secure. Not surprising, the vehicle is moving is eating all the petrol. We are making surprising amount of food. Delivered from zone 672, yeah. So yeah, we're making plenty of food now. Let's actually look at our zone orders. So let's call you up.
Yes, sir.
Look in the zone orders. We don't have emergency food. We'll have them allow emergency food. I'm surprised we don't. We'll do a couple credits for the public budget. We'll do a colonist sign-up bonus, even though we're not recruiting colonists yet. And that's what we'll roll.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we've got a little bit of danger from this guy approaching. So that's probably the main reason we're losing happiness with the workers. Oh, actually, the private sector economy wage has gone up. We'll stomach that for a couple turns, see if it improves. We don't need any more roads. We did take that out, so we'll go ahead and recruit transport. Okay, so that should be enough transport. And we now have Trooper 2s, which are better than Trooper 1s, so we should recruit as many of those as we can. Assuming we need them right now, which is only... oh, that many. Recruit and deploy that many. You noticed there was one in the HQ. One of the guys in the HQ is a rifle militia. So. Right, so we got you back. Trying to establish that road. We've got enough guys that in theory these units will actually fill up. We may go through the petrol real quickly. That would be the concern of very aggressive movement of our equipment. We had 11 turns to improve the bureaucratic asset. We've got a bureaucracy outpost or office of 2. For political power reasons, I think we're going to upgrade the command. It's one more turn. It's actually a little bit cheaper, right? It's 160 for 4 turns instead of 200 and 120 for 3.
Yes, sir.
We're losing a little bit of water. We'll give it a turn. We may need to upgrade the water mine. $93 into zone. Nothing received from zone? Interesting. Would have expected something to be... Well, we can see here, water from the mine is less than the angry zone. So we are going to have to upgrade the ice mine. We'll go ahead and queue it up. Yeah, we'll queue it up so we can get the water positive. I'm not sure how much progress is going to make this turn. Let's take the turn. And I'm not so much sure how much progress is going to make this turn because we spent all the industry. So, not exactly sure the order it takes to deliver things. So, if it is able to use what is produced this turn, then it will progress. Otherwise, it will be delayed. Except for no losses nor made kills, we have 3 decisions. There's the EMG coming in. This guy is now completely unable to move, so if he is not established contact to him, and he isn't established contact to him, I suspect he's about to starve. Okay, taking our territory back there. It's making me think we do something that looks more like that. Still going through the petrol pretty quickly. The bullet consumption mostly on the last turn was actually giving these guys bullets. They didn't shoot anything. And we'll put this guy here to help screen the road. I think we're not going to be able to save that guy. I think that guy's going to starve. Officially starve next turn. If he doesn't, we'll save him. But, yeah. The reality is in. I suspect his death is imminent. So in this case, this is heart. We don't actually want heart. So we'll go ahead and support the leader's actions instead. So, we do happen to have a leader who wants heart. So we're going to piss the heart guy off. I think this is actually affecting the secretary. So the secretary... Yes, the secretary is not happy. This will make him happier. So we'll take that option. Policy speech. You want victory points to go up? I want victory points to go up. We don't really want heart, though. We're going to agree to the BP one, because I think the BP one is going to auto-complete when the zone bunker upgrades. I think for most of our foot troops, a lot of our foot troops did not spawn in with combat armor. So we'll go around and just upgrade them all to combat armor. Ooh, we can double the weapon firepower there as well.
Yes, sir.
Did we... What was the progress on construction? Yeah. So it was only able to use the industry we gave it, or we had to give it. So progress was really slow last turn on our construction projects. It's one reason you don't necessarily want to queue things up after you've used all your construction up. What do we have card-wise we want to use? We do a couple more archaeological checks.
Copy that. Copy that.
Oh, and I know I'm not going to play that rebellion card, so we'll scrap that rebellion card. There's a hypothetical world where I would play it, but it's not anytime soon. Okay, let's... think I have enough petrol. I may regret that, not getting more petrol, but I think we've got enough petrol. Water we're building, so I'm not going to rush to build it. Could buy bullets, but again, it was mostly supplying units, so unless shooting starts happening, I think we have plenty of bullets. We have one decision. Gain some state companies, gain the RPGs, and militia project's not bad. Somebody need to remember to turn the door off. Okay, so we have managed to get to this guy in time. So that guy should not die. We've saved a whole 100 soldiers, 100 rifle militia. That will probably once we get them down here, we'll actually probably add to whatever existing rifle militias. Try and encircle that guy. Yeah. I think we'll just try to hold the road here, really. Sort of get a loose picket across everywhere, just to keep them from rushing in. Pull this guy down. It would be nice to hold onto this hex, because this is providing us 10 free metal a turn. And yeah, okay, we did barely use more petrol than we than we had. If our guys stay stationary, they'll stop using petrol for a bit. We can stockpile up petrol a bit. Okay, artillery's going to be next. Go from the 105 to the big old 300mm howitzer. Give them some real armor. Again, we're going to be towing them, so they're not going to be too bad. Did progress at speed, so we did have the industry. In fact, we net produced industry, so that's good. Next turn, ice mine should finish. That should solve the water problem. A couple more turns on the command bunker. Zones, we got another archaeological one.
Copy that.
Hit another uncommon. We'll put the militia project in.
Yes, sir.
That'll help keep up the militancy in the zone. So it was dropping 5 a turn previously. It'll be dropping 3 a turn next turn in 3. So culture is a little bit high, so that's where some of the penalty is coming from. We have a lot of regular troops as well. But yeah, that'll help offset that a little bit. High loyalty is helping. So if we can, we'll try to get rid of that free folk marauder now that we've got them encircled. Yeah, I want to get my existing projects done. Once the existing projects are done, we'll probably try to upgrade all the troops to Troop 2. And probably get this very rare site being worked. Tech-wise... We're working on geotectonics. Really, we're looking, again, for deep core mining would give us some power, or would give us some petrol. Synthetic fuel would give us petrol. So, sources of petrol where we're not having to turn food into petrol is what we're looking for. So, power. This one's basically geological activity, which means it might not be as good as synthetic fuel. Synthetic fuel is a little more power heavy. And I suppose we can get into a little bit of a circular reasoning where we could run a power plant off of the fuel that we then burn to generate the power. Though the solar panel here is pretty productive. Yeah, so we're overproducing power here because it's a sunny planet. So we're probably going to run everything off of solar panel on this planet. Okay, let's cycle the turn. See if the well, I think I got the motorized troops roughly where I want them for the moment, so we might not move them for a couple turns. We'll see how the null line move around. They attacked us. We stood firm. We didn't kill any, they didn't kill any. We have 3 decisions. There's the artillery upgrade. We can attract free folk. That would be interesting. Oh, the militia project, okay.
Yes, sir.
Get the anti-tank guns. Again, we're gonna go up to the maximum gun size on this. Give them some camera armor. You want to upgrade the city? I have the political power to upgrade the city, so we will do that. We obviously don't have the political power to attract free folk. We do have the political power to put the militia project down, so we'll do that. So that should drop the militancy drop rate from... It dropped 3, so we'll drop it down to 1. So we'll definitely be stabilizing the militancy quite a bit more there. Alright, we got that guy encircled. We can try to start killing him next turn. Oh, we can see this guy actually got reinforced. That was probably actually what the 100 guys in the SHQ was. 100 rifle militia was this guy's reinforcements. So if anything, he's a little bit awkward-sized, because I don't think we can merge him into this guy. We may end up actually just marching him back to SHQ and disbanding him. Or scrap, but we'll see. Water upgrade's done. Next turn we should be positive water. We're a little short on a little wheat bullet consumption, but that's definitely not worrisome. Industry's doing better. We are going to go ahead and start building
Yes, sir.
that recycling facility. And apparently, even with the limited motorized movement that we did last turn, we did actually net generate petrol. That's one of the reasons to also be recycling, is as a decent source for petrol. Okay. And we have no political power at this point, so I need to roll the turn. Troops are deployed, but the political power is spent. Roll the turn. Oh, I forgot to check what the money was. I think we're money positive. Administrative firm, we killed a bunch of them. Administrative firm, we killed a bunch of them. Okay. 3 decisions. Not the artillery piece upgrade. Okay, so we did have enough money. We do want more money. And apparently we've actually hit food cap. Sold 7 food for 2 credits. Okay, so we probably will in the future be money positive because we'll start selling food pretty quickly.
Roger that.
And we're water positive. We apparently last turn we were positive on everything. It's always good to see. Model design's going to get a priority hit. We're going to drop it to 10. And we'll split the Eco Supreme Council 50-50. Yeah.
Roger that.
Yeah, we're still going to be discovery focused. We've only discovered one thing. And it's not the thing we're trying to rush for right now. Did foot. Okay. And we'll do this blueprint-wise. Set up a blueprint for it. What is the best recon buggy we can reasonably make? So we're going to max the gun out. At least 125mm of steel plating. Okay, so we get a pretty decent buggy with minimum engine. And then we could also go maximum armor, medium engine. So we'll see which one of those we've got is the default. So it had been nice enough. Our buggies have the best gun. They currently have the minimum armor. We do want to go 25mm. And they were actually running the medium diesel engine. So I think for this generation, we're actually going to drop an engine level. That basically improves our fuel efficiency by a factor of 5. Means we've got to run that medium armor. We can't run the maximum armor. But we weren't running the maximum armor. We were actually upgrading the armor doing this. We're losing some action points, right? The existing ones actually probably have a lot of action points, but we
Yes, sir.
we probably going to use them for fighting. Is what we're going to end up doing early on, not necessarily running across the open fields. Okay, so we can see the effect of voluntarism here, giving us a whole nother unit.
Move it now.
Oh, that went well.
All clear,
We took no casualties. 3 people suffered a morale fail and retreated, but we did manage to get the pocket to surrender. There's some more water there. We may want that at some point. Okay, so we can definitely free up the vehicles to do that encirclement. So let's try that. So that'll use a little bit of petrol. Got no troop losses. You're proceeding along well. Okay, a little bit delay getting both those construction projects going. Mainly just reducing productivity, which is, I think, is fine. We may want to actually save up to do a track free stroke at some point.
Copy that.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a splurge. Troopers, mass upgrade, SHQ to Trooper 2. We can afford... I'm not sure if we got the logistics for it, but we can afford upgrading them all.
Roger that.
And all of them, in theory, got upgraded. So we now no longer have any Trooper 1s. Yes, we now no longer have any Trooper 1s. So we'll say these guys are the regulars, these guys are actually obsolete at this point. And the big jump there is we like quadrupled their armor. These guys were rocking the Enviro suits, which are 50 armor. And these guys haven't been upgunned, but they've been up toughened, right? So they've got 220 hit points instead of the 76. Okay, that construction looks good. Let's cycle the turn. We have 4 decisions on round 15. And we did complete our bunker, so we've got the 4 BP assets. The other demand that's still ticking is BP. I'm somewhat surprised that wasn't enough of a BP improvement.
Roger that.
So we don't need the foreign affairs yet. We don't have any neighbors we can really negotiate with. There's maybe an argument to grab the Interior Council so we can do some tax law stuff and improve opinions of people like the Secretary here, who are very grumpy. We can do military research to improve the military. Yeah, let's get the Interior Council. Let's get the ability to improve opinions reliably and improve our tax laws. Yeah, I think as far as the vehicles are concerned... Well, actually, we'll go ahead and get the anti-aircraft gun, but yeah, we basically finished the vehicles.
Yes, sir.
Or finished the upgrades to the troops we want to do right away.
Roger that.
So there is a low mountain here, so we want to be a little bit careful. We don't actually want him to run away into the mountain, because the trucks won't be able to chase him very well up there. Okay, well, we extend the road a little bit so this guy will be in supply. Okay, got a decent picket force. Can even move out the truck for usage. We're up here in the encirclement. We'll see how well the encirclement goes. It might attempt to run away. Fuel's looking good. Construction's looking good. You should finish. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Okay, it attacks the encircling guys and actually gets itself beat up, so that's good. We have 4 decisions. Yeah, I need to remember to turn the tutorial off at some point. It auto turns itself off after a certain number of turns into the game, but... Oh, okay, so they moved into us. That's actually going to make encircling them easier. We'll wait 1 turn so we've got overwhelming numbers. Hit them with all 6 units. You request permission for personal guard. We're trying to go merit. Our target is anti-merit. It is tempting to accept for the fist. Yeah, we'll accept for the fist.
Yes, sir.
Tier Council Inspector. Scap 1 guy's not really good for that. Okay, so that's like
Yes, sir.
a decent chance of doing. It's a success. Okay. Bunch of workers quit, but work with that. We'll roll a military.
Roger that.
Hoping that'll be a better cap. Yeah, better cap. Oh, I forget what stats get used for Interior Council. You can look that up quickly. Orgs, Interior Council. Admin. It's all admin roles, okay. Well, until he's starting to talk to people, I suppose. Admin's in, so okay, he looks like he'll be fine for the job.
Roger
He'll
that.
grow into the job at least. We're not really worried about tariffs, so we'll drop the tariffs to like 2. Yeah, we'll drop the tariffs to 1. And we'll split the rest 33%. In the long run, we'll probably drop the taxation. Focus mainly on interior policies and human resources,
Roger
but
that.
not this early on. Okay, let's cycle the turn. We got enough money. Yeah, we got enough money. So yeah, I think we're cycling the turn. And looking at the time, we're going to go ahead and put a part break in here. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a short break to replace the cup of tea. So it'll be a slightly longer break because it'll be a tea break. But we'll be right back to recording as soon as I have a new, fresh, hot cup of tea. So until the next part, we're gonna watch how the turn unfolds. The turn does unfold. Wasn't quite perfect because the guy sort of moved, but we'll have to deal with that at the beginning next turn. Where we'll be starting off on round 17 as the Dossedly with one decision for us. So if you're watching YouTube, part up tomorrow. If you're on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'll be right back as soon as I got to make that cup of tea. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.